Hi folks, Gino with curtains. Hey, it's early April and the spruce tips are gone and I need some color in this pot. And I'm sure you guys have the same question about what can I plant in early April that'll handle cold weather or frost, and I can leave it in there till I'm able to plant geraniums or something that's more warm weather friendly. All right, if we take a look at this pot, I've pulled up my spruce tips and I left most of the soil in there that I had. And I'm going to add a little bit, but for the most part, if you have good potting soil, you can use it for more than, a year. And so I just loosened it all up and, we're at a pretty good level. I might add a little bit more potting soil here. So I'm just going to put a little fresh stuff in there to top it off. And when I'm planting pansies, this pot's a short season pot, so I'm going to have plants in here for a month or so, and I want them to be visible. So we're going to put a little extra soil in here so the pansies are visible over the edge of the pot. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some yellow tulips in the middle. We're going to put a few hyacinths around there. We got these beautiful yellow ranunculus. Look at that. That is nice. We'll put those around there. And then I'm going to fill in with blue and yellow pansies and a little bit of alyssum. So we'll show you how fast this goes. It'll take you 2 minutes at home. This pot will look great for you. Look how healthy those roots are. Look at that. This plant just wants to grow. So I get my tulip in there first, since it's anchoring the planter. Drop in my hyacinths. And they go in just that easy. You don't have to worry about being overly precise. I get them centered in there. Spread across the pot so you have a good balance of color. Then we're going to add the ranunculus. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Every front yard needs one of those. I noticed that. No, not in an annual. Yeah, if it was a perennial or a shrub, you'd want to score these. But I think that they get roughed up enough where they're going to be. They won't get root bound. Now this planter looks so good. You could stop here, but we're not gonna. We're gonna add some gold pansies, yellow, gold. I'm just gonna approximate where these might go. Make sure I get them in close to that blue hyacinth. And at Gertens, we have such beautiful, nice, fresh plants. We grow everything here ourselves. And again, everything here is cold hardy. So if you get a cool night below 32, this stuff will be fine. Once it gets one warm night in here, you water it in good, the roots start to grow. These plants are tough. We're going to add a little bit of blue in here. So I like this blue a lot. So I chose the blue, and then I said, okay, what else goes well with the blue? And I think that yellow and the gold looks really nice together. And they're great spring. Both of them are great spring colors. And you know what? There's not a rule. Plant the colors you like. It doesn't matter. I also had some pink tulips that I thought I might use, but I decided to stay with the yellows. And but you can really, the colors all go well. Don't worry about what colors there's not a prescription. I'm going to put a little white alyssum, and I could have put a lot of different things in to flow over the pot. But when I was walking past the alyssum, they smelled so wonderful that the fragrance, I was enamored by it. I got a little whiff of spring here, and oh, that smells just wonderful. So a little alyssum, and alyssum is very cold tolerant. Don't have a lot of room here left, but We'll make this work. We put a lot of plants in the pots in early spring because I want the planter to look good right away. In 4 weeks, I'm going to want to switch out and put something else in here. So I don't want to wait for color. So I'm going to put a few extra flowers in here so I get a nice colorful effect immediately. So we're getting tight here, but we're going to point that alyssum so it flows over the edge of that pot like that. Come on, make room. Alyssum coming in. It's going to look great. You have that blue hyacinth, which is going to get like this. The tulips are going to pop out of there and they'll be yellow. They'll come up about a foot out of that pot, complement the ranunculus, and in no time at all, it'll be busting with color. It only takes a few minutes. But you know what? Even though we didn't have a lot of snow this winter, I got anxious for spring, so I'm sure a lot of the gardeners have. I think a lot of times everybody's apprehensive about planting their planters, and I think if you think about the steps you need to take and get the right mix of things, it really does go fast and easy, and you get such a sense of accomplishment and joy from what you've put together. How's my balance, Terry?
It's looking pretty good. You might want to get one over here.
I got a couple more here.
Beautiful.
All right, so I said it was going to take 2 minutes. It's probably taken 5, but I ended up talking too much. But if you have a few minutes this weekend, stop by at Gerton's. We have the pansies, the ranunculus, the tulips, all right out in front of the garden center, fresh, right out of our growing houses. We grow this stuff just for you guys. Refresh your pots for spring. You'll be glad you did. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 if you do 2. If you're not wasting a little water, you're not going to get all the angles covered. So I give it a good drink. And it hasn't been, we didn't get a lot of snow. The soil in that planter is it could use a little water. So we're going to give it a really exceptional drink. And for what it's worth, this is a dram nozzle. There's 400 little pinpricks in that nozzle. It gives it that nice soft spray. And you can see I'm not pushing the plants over. I get a nice even watering.